Hey everyone, Hallie Tally here, owner of Nice Bites. Welcome to day 2 of my 7-day Cybersecurity Bootcamp. Today's topic is why you should get a cybersecurity assessment. Now, I get asked this question a lot from business owners, and oftentimes I'll respond with a similar question, like when was the last time you had your car checked out, or when did you last go to the doctor? Now, some people are a little hesitant to respond, but what I'm trying to do is prompt them to start thinking that they are already getting life assessments on a semi-routine basis. A lot of people go visit their doctor annually for a physical or get their car checked every 3,000 miles because that's what the manufacturer tells them. So why is cybersecurity any different? Well, a lot of times it's just simply different because business owners don't want to deal with it. Frequently, they just want to bury their head in the sand, and I get that. Because when it comes to things like human resources and payroll and tax planning, it's just not in my wheelhouse, and I just don't want to deal with it. Which is why I work with an expert in those fields to make sure that my business is adequately prepared for anything that might arise in those areas. So when it comes to cybersecurity, getting an assessment can help make sure that you are protected in the following ways. 1, you're going to be able to identify any security gaps that are in your network. And this is important because yesterday we talked about how it's not a matter of if, but when you get hacked. In fact, most of you probably have already had some sort of virus on your network in the past, and will probably have another one, unfortunately, in the near future. Number 2, you'll get a better understanding of all your IT assets. Now, I'm sure many of you are thinking, well, you know what, Hallie, I can see what computers and servers I have, but it goes beyond that. You need to understand that's just one part of your IT asset in your security exposure. You also have things like wireless networking, phones that your employees are using, whether personal or their own, where they're getting email or customer calls or able to access Dropbox for business on there. Smart TVs, smart thermostats, anything that's connecting to your network or has the ability to access your business data is part of the security assessment process. Number 3, it's going to help you reduce the likelihood of being breached by simply identifying what areas you have issues in. And finally, you're going to be able to establish a baseline of security standards that you can then measure your business against in the future. For example, you may say, you know what, all passwords for all my users need to be at least 10 characters. That's a simple security standard that you can have in place that you can then measure to make sure everybody is following that as an outline. Having a cybersecurity assessment on a semi-routine basis will help you kind of gather all this information so that you're making smart strategy decisions when it comes to protecting your business. If you have any other questions on why you need a cybersecurity assessment or how to get one, go ahead and send me an email at ask@knightsofbites.com. That's Knights with a K and Bites with a Y. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 3, where we're going to talk about what's an attack vector and why you should care.